welcome back. Another episode of Open Window, finally. I think we skipped a week or so, right?
Yeah.
We didn't have a lot to talk about, honestly. Like, we had some ideas, but then again, like, not all ideas are worth recording and talking about, low key. But this one, since it's like something fairly recent, also big online, we wanted to tackle the upcoming Attack on Titan season. And I'm saying upcoming as if it's getting released next season, but it's not, right? Like, do we have a release date?
That shit next year.
Oh my
Shit,
god,
we're in
this is
year
worse than JoJo's Part 6. Like, they released the first 12 episodes of Part 6 in December, and they just said, yup, the next 12 episodes, we will release them in October or something.
What the fuck?
So it's almost just like 1 year break after we got 12 episodes. And the funny thing is, those episodes are already done, like ready to go. They can really just like upload them, but they're not doing it.
Fuck. They're just like I don't know, like just getting as much money as possible or something.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going
the hype really just died down. I mean, I don't know if this is what's gonna happen with Attack on Titan, because the more seasons you make of a show, the more the hype dies down, right? Attack on Titan season 1 had the most people watching, the most people invested, then big ass break, season 2 came out, still a lot of people, like very much so, but definitely less. Season 3
Yeah.
came around, more even less people, and now they're really stretching it. I thought that this final season, part 2, would really be the final season. I don't know why they just don't add, like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 more episodes. So it doesn't need to be the standard 12 or 13. Just add like a couple more, and you can finish the show easily. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do with the part 3 final season.
That's crazy, man.
Like, how many chapters are left? Do you remember?
I recently read AOT, and when I was reading it, I kind of knew they were gonna like do some like movie or something like that, because there was no way they're gonna be able to fit all that in.
Yeah.
And the last, like, I think the time I started reading it was like on episode 4, so I was like, in the next 8 episodes they're gonna do all this? Hell no.
Yeah.
So I think it's still like maybe like I think someone said like about 10 chapters. They could have squeezed it in easily. They just want to make money or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And when I heard about the whole, like, about the rumors that they want to make a movie, like, I was not sure if that was really the move. It's like it is good that they, I don't know if they changed their mind or if this was really just a random rumor, but a movie would be such a bad decision, marketing and like financial wise, because a movie is expensive, and you need to make, like, if you're making anime movies, those need to be very accessible to make good money. Like, these movies cannot be continuations of a long running show and pick up without context.
Yeah.
So they did it well with Demon Slayer. Obviously, they added the movie in the seasons, right? But apart from that, the movie for Demon Slayer, you can know nothing about the show. Like, you might have really just skipped season 1 and gone straight into the movie, and you would still know who Tanjiro is. Like, he gets characterization a lot. Who is Inosuke? Who is Zenitsu? But for Attack on Titan, the story is so deep at that point. Like, we're reaching the very end. I don't know how a movie would have worked. Would they need to explain everything that happened before in a few minutes? Like, that's just bad.
That shit was gonna flop.
Yeah.
Even with Mid Hero Academia, at least like every single movie they put out is like its own like story. Like, you don't need any type of context from the actual seasons themselves.
Exactly.
You can just watch it and then you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like you said, for Demon Slayer, like, that's a whole like standalone story.
Mm-hmm.
But like, that would have been crazy. Like, you coming into the theater and they're talking about like we gotta save the world. We gotta stop Aaron. Like, what the fuck is? Who are these people? What's going on, man?
Yeah, an anime movie for a show that already exists, not like Your Name, which is completely original. Uh, if you want to make an anime, a movie about My Hero, about Demon Slayer, about, I don't know, One Punch Man, like anything, it needs to be a standalone story, as you just said. And Attack on Titan wouldn't even. It's not possible for Attack on Titan to have a standalone story. You cannot have the ending as a standalone story. The only
Oh
ones
no.
the only ones that will go and watch the movie are the fans that watched all seasons that came before. And I'm telling you that right now, it's not that many people. It is still a lot of people, but for like movie standards, it's not a lot. Like, I don't know, like if let's say 1-2 million people, 3 million, I don't know, I can't really give you a number, go there.
Yeah.
Like, compared to any other anime movie, that would be nothing.
Nah, because even like the recent JJK movie, I still haven't watched it yet, but that movie's a perfect example. Like, it's a whole, like, it's a literally a standalone story. Like, that's the perfect movie to put into the movie theaters.
Yeah.
Like, you can know nothing about season one, JJK, but you can still go easily watch that movie and it's like rated by itself. Like, if them putting the ending, and the thing is, and that's another thing as well. They're making us wait so long because we still have to wait like another year, and it's not even it might not even be in the winter. It might be like fall 2023. So that's basically damn near 2 years, for being honest.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I kind of dropped the show between season one and season two, like you said, because they had like a 2 year break between season one and season two. And I forgot the show even existed. And then when they put it back out, I was like, "What the fuck, bro? I'm not watching this shit. I don't know who these characters are." I know. Then it blew up again, so I had to like fucking watch a fucking summary video to catch up. I was now rewatching that shit.
Yeah, like I'm looking at this right now. The break was actually way bigger because season 1 came out spring 2013 and season 2 came out 2017 in spring.
Huh?
So
Oh yeah.
it was like 4 years, like yeah, 4 years from spring to spring, which is wild. Like, 4 years break is a lot. A lot of people will just forget what happened. I mean, I know I forgot a lot.
Exactly.
I had to catch up because I think season 2, spoilers here, has like this Rainer Berthold plot twist in like episode 6 or 7. So imagine you just start the show and episode 6, 7 is like this huge reveal, huge plot twist, and you just don't get it because you forgot what happened in season 1.
Exactly. I don't know why they did that. I was so like, I genuinely forgot that shit even existed. So they're like, oh yeah, AOT is back. You're gonna watch this? I'm not watching that, bro. I don't know who the fuck are these characters? Like, what is going on? What's the plot?
Yeah, and but yeah, apparently, like, as they confirmed themselves at the very end of the latest episodes, they will not be making a movie. There will be a third part for the final season. So it's I don't know why they call it the final season, but it's not final at all. But I guess, okay, we just take those, I guess, because without Mappa we wouldn't even be having these 2 seasons we got in the last 2 years.
Yeah, that's why I'm giving them some slack, because then first of all, they're overworking them people for sure, and they keep just taking up everything. They're drawing, like, they're making everything this year. They're making still JJK.
Yeah.
They're still doing freaking Hell's Paradise, the new one, and doing Chainsaw Man. Like, these niggas don't breathe,
yeah,
man.
all these big shows that need good animation. Like, my theory for why, I don't know, let me just call it a conspiracy theory, for why the final season is split into 3 parts is because they know they are not able to reach the same animation standard or level as Wit Studio did with Attack on Titan. So they have to split the final season into 3 parts so they have more time to animate. I think this is also one of the reasons why the Demon Slayer Season 2 second half is way better animated overall than even the movie. Or, I mean, yeah, obviously Season 1. because all they had to animate were these 12 episodes, while Demon Slayer Season 1, they needed to animate the whole season, like 24, 26 episodes. It's double episodes.
Yeah.
So they had the same amount of time, but half the episodes. And this is the same, I think, this is my theory for Attack on Titan. They did this on purpose, so they would be able to like really put in all the budget, put in all the time for these few episodes, and not worry about like all the other episodes that would come after, because they knew they would take half a year they would take half a year extra to make those new 12 episodes. And now with this third part, same thing. They will take their time, hopefully. I hope this theory is correct. So these final 12, I assume it's gonna be 12 episodes, because a season with only like 6 episodes is weird. I hope it's just well animated.
It might be 10. Is either 10 or 12.
Mm-hmm.
But there's not a lot to cover, to be honest.
It is weird. I don't know how true this is. I heard some rumors. People were talking about the anime having a different ending than the manga.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if this is actually something that is confirmed or to be expected. I think not. But considering we don't have a lot of chapters left and they need to animate a whole season, and if it's really 12 episodes and we only have like 10 chapters or even less left, is it like one chapter per episode? Is this like on some One Piece pacing type shit?
Maybe they might just go super into detail, because there's a lot of like important parts that are leading up right now, especially like the final fight and stuff. And that's probably where most of the animation is going to be too, because that final fight is actually kind of crazy when you think about it. It's just like an ample Titans. That's it's going to be a lot. So, oh damn. I mean, I get that. I get them taking the break, but at the same time, it's like, why do you have to name it the final season? They could have just like,
just call
I don't
season
know,
5, season 6.
But yeah, exactly. It's like they're just making people mad for no reason. Like there's no reason to call it final season, and you can't tell me that they didn't know they're not able to finish it before they got here. It was like they knew what they were doing. I don't know.
Yeah,
I really just probably just bad marketing. But it's whatever.
But now, what is your overall opinion on the season that has now ended, like part 2 of the final season?
So at first I gave it a 10. I was like, when I was like the first half into it. And like I said, I read the manga to catch up, because I think I read the episode they were gonna like before the rumbling started. And I was like, let me I can't wait another week. So I just went ahead and read like the last, I think it was like maybe like 20ish chapters that was left. And I was like, damn, so that's the ending. And like everybody else at first, like, I don't really fuck with this ending. But I really thought about it, and I let it sit for a little bit. And I said, okay, well, I kind of understand. It's not too bad. Like, it's not the best, but it's not bad. Like, other people are trying to make it seem like, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But this season, I think I brought it down from a 10 to a 9. It's still a very good season. I think like a lot of people have said is like the reason that I guess it seems so quote unquote boring now, or not a lot of people are talking about it, because like the main twists have already really happened. Like in terms of like Aaron like saying his plan, like, and starting the rumbling and stuff like that. But now everything now is just kind of like a cause and effect to what he did.
Yeah.
So there's no more like really plot twist, I think, between now and the end of the story. I mean, there is some like big parts, obviously, but there's nothing like, oh my god. But there's gonna be some things that are gonna like break the internet. I'm thinking of at the top of my head. But yeah, I give it a 9. It was a good season.
Yeah.
Pretty good season.
Yeah, I think similarly in this, like for this season, it started off very strong, like on some peak Attack on Titan type shit. But I mean, yeah, as you said, it died down a little, the hype at least. Like no one really talked about it anymore online. I mean, on TikTok and YouTube specifically, maybe on Reddit, like the fans talking, or on other sites. But on TikTok, after the whole manipulating the past thingy, and like after the rumblings started, it like no one really talked about it anymore. Like, I don't think the episodes after that were bad, but they were more on the boring side for most people, I think. I mean,
Yeah,
for me as well. Like I was still watching the episodes, even though I read the manga years ago, and they are done well. But it is like pretty obvious that these like the second half of the latest season was weaker. It just felt so slow, right? Like
yeah,
the whole time I was thinking like, why is this so slow? How are we gonna even reach the Eren like backstory, like his side while he was in Marley? What like when are we getting the cool freedom panel or his perspective and all that? When are we
yeah.
getting to the ending? But it's so slow. Like I was expecting them to reach the ship like way earlier, but it's like one of the last few episodes. Like it felt like they were really stretching this, but I don't know if they actually were. It might have just been like bad memory on my part, and the manga is also slow in that area. It might I don't remember actually. It
I
might
think
be.
it's I mean, I thought the same way too. I thought like, oh, they're kind of just stringing it along. But like, if you think about it, like most of the episodes kind of needed its own episode. Like that part when they go and attack the docks with the boats and stuff like that, that kind of needs to be its own episode because there was so much shit going on and so
Mm-hmm.
much people fighting and stuff like that. And then you had like the introduction of Falco with him being his, the new Jaw Titan and all that kind of shit. So,
Mm-hmm.
and even the one before that, when they were talking in the woods, I think like that was pretty important, just like to see like their ideals and stuff like that. But even then, that could have kind of been a little bit shortened because that didn't need to be like. Cause the main part of that whole thing was at the ending when Gene started punching the fuck out of Reiner. That nigga Reiner's getting his ass beat, man. Damn. I
Taking
ain't going
L's from
crazy.
season one to the latest season, yeah.
Exactly. That shit is crazy.
And
Yeah.
yeah, as you said, I get it. Like all these things were important to tell us, to show us, but at the same time, it doesn't compare to what we saw before, obviously. And I do remember how like I think the reaction is the same as when these manga chapters were coming out a few years ago. Like I remember the whole Eren manipulating Grisha chapter when this came out, everyone was going wild. But then
Yeah.
after that, as just this like with the anime, like it's absolutely the same situation. The hype died down for a good while until the last, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 chapters, and then of course, when the leaks for the last chapter came out, everyone was wild, and even I was, because these leaks, like these were like translations of the script. Like I hated
Yeah.
it. Like when I read these translations, I was like, damn, this ending is a 1 out of 10. Then it came out. It was better than the translation made it out to be, but I had to sit on it for a while. Like I had to think about this ending, because I'm still not really sure if it's a good ending. Like it's all right, but I feel
Yeah.
like it could have been done better.
Yeah.
But I
Sure.
mean, it is what it is. At least I didn't do what the Attack on Titan fan base did, right? You remember?
Didn't they freaking start sending death notes to this man Sayama?
Yeah.
Or just go I don't know, bro. To all y'all anime fans out there, bro, life is bro. Stuff is not that serious. Y'all need to get a job or something. Like, there's no way, man.
Damn.
Like,
Now I can
it's an
finally say the
ending.
stereotypical thing that TikTok people always say about touching grass. Yeah, touch some grass, bro. Touch a
Go
woman. I don't know.
outside. Bro, they get no bitches, man. They can't do like, bro. There's no way. We've talked about a lot in the Discord. Like, yes, the ending is not the best. We all understand that. Like, but like, the thing is, like, he made like a 10 out of 10 generational anime. Like, that anime is
This is a modern
insanely
classic,
good.
for sure.
Yeah, like this is something like it's like a part of like the new big three type shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
better than the big three, whatever you want to call it. Like this shit's a classic. From the season, seeing it from season one to now, how Aaron has changed, Mikasa, Armin, all these people have changed. They're just whole different people. The story has completely flipped. We've gone through like 6 major plot twists, and each time it just blows up and breaks Twitter. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no way, like, oh, that mad. Like, I get it, but it's like it's not that bad. It's not like it was like fucking I don't know, like some crazy shit, like Aaron woke up and was like, "Oh man, it was just a dream," like on some stupid, but like it's not bad. It's a cool ending.
I mean, I just gotta drop this in here to trash talk Bleach a bit. This ending for Attack on Titan is better than Aizen's conclusion in the anime. Like, I just have to say this. Like, people overhype Bleach so much. Like, damn, calm down, bro. Even the Attack on Titan ending is better. Yeah. On that note, as I said, the Attack on Titan fanbase is just weird. Death threats, obviously, though it's not just the Attack on Titan fan base. Like, other fan bases also do this. I think the My Hero Academia fan base also sent death threats to Horikoshi, the author, because he like didn't confirm any what I forgot the word.
The ships and stuff, relationships and stuff.
Yeah, he didn't confirm any ships. Like there is a strong insinuation that Deku and Ochako are like or will be a couple, but apart from that, there isn't really any romance going on. So
they're children, man. They're
yeah,
children.
They're children.
Yeah,
so all these, like, this is why people hate the My Hero fan base. Like, I think it's universally agreed upon that this fan base is the worst, next to some other, like, maybe smaller ones. Even the big three fan bases are not that bad. Like, the Naruto fan base is just weird and racist a lot of times.
Oh my god.
But I mean, it's just a small part of the fan base that is like that. And I mean, this small part is just very loud, so you think everyone is like that.
Yeah.
And
I mean, as a whole is kind of like that recently. It's like, I don't know, like they just think like you can't have opposing opinions. Like you can go on Twitter right now and like slander AOT or like support it, and you'll get like 10,000 comments being like, "Oh man, like you're just wrong, man. Go fuck you." And then it starts like doxing you and shit over something that's not that serious.
Right? Like, I don't get it. Like, I make TikToks, right, about just random animes I like. And whenever I say that Bleach, like, I can say Attack on Titan, Eren is good. Like, Eren is the best protagonist. I will have 20 comments in the first hour saying that Code Geass is way better, AOT is trash. I can say the opposite and say Code Geass is the best, and I will get people saying Code Geass is ass, Attack on Titan is better. Same with Bleach. Like, if I say Bleach is good, and Naruto and One Piece fans are gonna come out the woodworks and say the opposite. Like, you can never be right on anything. People will always hate on some shit. Damn, it's not that deep. I don't know if it was always like this, because I wasn't too heavy on social media years ago when I started watching anime back when I wasn't still in school. But I remember just back then, like, someone would ask, like, what's your favorite show? And you would say, like, Death Note. And, oh yeah, that show is cool. My favorite show is Naruto. Like, damn, that's it. Like, no one is arguing.
Yeah, it's not that serious. It's like now everyone just feels so entitled. Like even though like shows are not, some shows are just really not that good. They're okay. People can just like, for example, like Komi-san, like all these recent anime, like they're cool. Like Komi-san's not trash. Like I'll be honest, it's not trash. It's a good slice of life, like heartwarming show. But there's ample anime like it. It's not the only show out there.
Yeah.
Like Spy Family that just came out is a very similar show in terms of like heartwarming and like, you know, it's a slice of life. You can just throw it on and it's like, you know, just have a good time. But like, it's nothing like revolutionary, and it doesn't need to be. And no, it serves its purpose. We understand that. Even Dress Up Darling that came out last season, people were like, why is this number one every week on the manga sale? Well, not manga sales, but like on some leaderboard. Like it was number one every week. I'm like, bro, like it's just like anybody can get up and watch Dress Up Darling. It's a romance slice of life. Not everybody can go watch AOT and catch up. Not everybody can go watch One Piece. Not everybody can go watch like the newest shonen. Like,
yeah, that's very true.
It's easier to just watch slice of life anime because it's like it's like television but just animated. Like I don't know how to explain it, but it's way easier.
Yeah, exactly. And the Attack on Titan fanbase actually did something that I've never seen before a fanbase do, and that's write a completely new and fan-made ending, right?
Oh, I didn't know. Shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you didn't know? They made a last chapter, I think, completely fan-made by one guy, and it's just Eren going down the edgy route. Like people wanted to see Eren really just don't care. Like I'm just killing everyone. I don't feel emotions. Like the Chad side, right? But it's still very bad. The art is a
Okay.
bit better, because I mean it's a different art style. It's just more detailed. Though I still prefer the original one. It just has, I don't know, the feeling is for Attack on Titan is there. The fan made is just, feels a bit empty.
Absolutely.
But people were trash talking the ending, like the fan made ending also, because it is kind of disrespectful in some way. Like you just don't respect the author to that extent that you make an ending to tell him like, yeah, your ending is trash, and then
Yeah.
as I said, all these death threats, because people really didn't like the ending. People didn't like Eren going all simp mode for Mikasa.
I feel like that humanized him. Like I don't like that. I think it was like when they had like the little meeting in the paths. It was him and Armin. Obviously, spoilers ahead, obviously, but and then when they're both of them are talking and like he like breaks down, like, yeah, of course I don't want her to be with anybody else, like all that stuff. Like I don't know what people are like, oh well, like like he's supposed to be edgy and like not give a fuck, like he shouldn't care. Like bro, that is not his character.
Mm-hmm.
Like yes, like he's been acting like this all this whole time, but his main core of his character, well not his main core, but his one of his main things is keeping his people safe, which is like Armin, Jean, Connie, everybody that was on that carriage ride when they were going back, and of course like Hans, Captain Levi, etc.
Yeah.
So of course he loves all of them. He cares about all of them. You're dumb. There's no way y'all think like he doesn't think that Mikasa likes him. He's not that stupid. We're talking about a grown nigga here. Come on now.
The
I'm
interesting
not
thing
surprised,
is, yeah, sorry.
and I'm not surprised that he likes her back and stuff like that. Obviously, and then him doing that, like falling on the ground and like I guess like being a simp, quote unquote, like it humanized him. It showed him like yes, even though Aaron's doing this crazy ass thing and is trying to kill like the whole entire world, he still has like some humanity left. Like he still cares about trivial things like people liking him and
Yeah.
things like that. I thought it was good, and but of course everyone's like, he has to be edgy and just not give a fuck. Like I suppose.
Yeah, the interesting thing though is actually like people said it's out of left field, but looking back at it and going through old chapters and episodes, I saw that it was kind of foreshadowed, and also like Mappa, Wit Studio didn't do this, and I'm gonna get to that after that, but Mappa made it so in certain scenes, like in backstory scenes, when we saw like the events happening from Eren's perspective, and we saw Mikasa was drawn more beautiful than she's
Oh yeah,
usually done. So it's like Eren sees her as more beautiful than others do because he likes her. And
yeah.
as I said, this is an issue that Wit Studio had with season 1 to 3. Apparently, Wit Studio didn't make this clear enough, because in the manga, as I heard, I don't know if that's actually like super true or done well, but apparently in the manga, this kind of thing happens a lot, like having Mikasa be more attractive or him liking her more, maybe a blush here and there, like he likes her, but he puts his goals to protect his friends above her. So that's why he doesn't want to engage. But with Studio, like the anime made it so there were no signs of him even liking her. He just cock blocks her, like doesn't care. And then I think that's probably the main reason why when people went into the ending, they saw him like crying and saying he likes Mikasa and doesn't want anyone else to be with her. Like some people were surprised and said this is just like, I don't know, coming out of left field, even though it supposedly isn't. But I mean, I would need to read the manga, like the first, I don't know, 100 chapters or so. I also don't really want to do this.
Hell no.
I don't know, like this was one of the main things that Wit Studio did wrong with Mikasa's character. I mean, okay,
Yeah,
it's just
I
anime
heard
studios
that.
doing, like a lot of studios do this. I think Naruto even did this. Like Sakura was hated a lot, but apparently in the manga she is way better. Just the anime just made her unlikable a lot of a lot of times. I don't know.
I mean, even for Mikasa, I mean, because even the last episode of AOT, the most recent one, they finally had that flashback when they go to Marley for the first time and stuff, and he sees like they go there and stuff, and he starts crying in front of that boy because he knows he's about to kill that nigga next year. That shit crazy to me, man. But the thing is, like, even in that moment, he asked her, he asked like, "How do you feel about me?" Which is like a clear indication that he likes her. So I thought that alone would just prove everything. Cause he literally asked her, like, what do you think of me? Do you love me, or do you think of me as like family? And then of course her ass like, as family, dumbass girl. And then the whole world killed. No way, man.
Damn.
Nah, but you think like that's why it was not confusing to me because they just had that flashback like a couple chapters before they had the meeting in the past. He literally just asked her, "Do you like me or not?" And she said no. So that tells y'all that he likes her because he's thinking about it.
Yeah.
So how come like a couple chapters after that, when they're in the past, he's talking to Armin, and he says, "I do like her. I don't want her to be with anybody else." He literally just asked her if he liked her, or if she liked him a couple chapters ago.
Yeah.
So did people forget about that?
When she said, it's just like family. Like he's like a brother to her. He should have just said, "Oh yeah, that makes it better." Like damn.
Hell nah.
Hell yeah.
You're about to get us. I don't know, but it's not Arkansas, man.
Nah. It is there. Like the signs, the indications. I mean, okay, as you said, this whole scene is proof enough for this. That he likes her. I don't know where the confusion is honestly coming from, but the ending is fine. Like
that's cool.
It could have been done better because I don't like the conclusion, but I mean, talking about the ending would like be a completely different podcast because the ending is fairly complex. Like talking about this would take even more time.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
Yeah, but the final season, don't like it. Like the upcoming one that they planned, don't like it. The fact that they're doing this too much, but it's maybe a good thing because they need time probably to make it good. Like they want to animate it well. Because if MAPPA does Attack on Titan well from start to finish, then their image, like their reputation, will go up. Like they will look good in the eyes of every anime fan.
Yeah.
So when anime fans start seeing other shows made by MAPPA, they will be more interested, more invested. And it's already like this. People many years ago didn't care about anime studios at all, and now suddenly everyone is talking about MAPPA, Ufotable, Toei Animation, right? A1 Pictures. Like suddenly everyone knows about studios, as if they've known like all about them the whole time. I mean, okay, it's still just a handful of studios. Everyone knows about MAPPA because of all the like JJK, Chainsaw Man coming up, Attack on Titan, Vinland Saga. Like people know about MAPPA. So if MAPPA does Attack on Titan well, as I said, they can make whatever at that point. People will still at least try it out and watch it, just because it's done by MAPPA.
Yeah, it's definitely like that's why it's definitely a lot more popularized for sure. It's a good thing though. I'm glad well, it's kind of a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing that is more popularized or more mainstream for most anime now because like it's getting a better eye and like maybe more anime can be made for stuff that we haven't got before, like Solo Leveling and things like that from webtoons and stuff. But it's also kind of bad because then you have all these just I don't know weirdos that just be going to like My Hero Academia and Demon Slayer and they've only watched like one or two anime. And I think that's like that's the peak because that's their first anime. Like people are still saying stuff like Dr. Stone and Black Clover, My Academia, like, oh yeah, they're peak or they're way better than the big three. Like they're good anime. I love all them anime. I love Black Clover. I love My Academia. No, not that one, but things like that. But they're not like they're not peak. They're not like crazy good. Like they do things well. Like Black Clover does things well.
Yeah.
Fire Force has its ups and downs and stuff like that, but there's no way like majority of these new shonen shows are beating stuff like Naruto and One Piece. If I'm being honest with you, Bleach, yeah, maybe I don't give a fuck about. I dropped that shit after episode 2, but the other two, that's what I'm saying. But like the other two, nah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's like a double-edged sword, and we kind of just have to take these hits for at least for anime to be a lot more popular and to gain more traction. I mean, it's a good and a bad thing.
Though
That's
I
whatever.
also don't know why that is. Like, why are most new gens just not as good or better than the big three, even though they, I don't know, are newer? Is it always like a late old stuff is usually better? Because I don't
I
know.
don't.
The
I
animation
mean,
is better and stuff, but still.
yeah. I think it's just different now. I feel like I guess since now, like they're making anime for different reasons, and there's a lot of like different things that happen. Like for example, like comparing Naruto to Boruto, Boruto's literally like had like majority filler, and like that's why it takes it down. And a lot of people like already didn't like the way that Shippuden ended, like after the war arc, and they started adding all the Kaguya and shit. So for them to end off Shippuden like that, and then bring in this whole Baruto character and then mostly filler. Like they like for most of these anime, they have like one big drawback that keeps it from being so goated. Like even Black Clover, like they have a decent amount of filler. Filler is not bad. Like also is their animation as well. The animation is very inconsistent because it was a weekly show. It was kind of like how like old shows were, like Dragon Ball, Naruto, where they came out every week. They didn't have seasons.
Yeah.
So like the animation can always be a tip top shape. So the animation will be fire for like a big fight, like when like Yuno would face someone, or when Asta or Yami would face someone. But if it's just like some random ass fight, like with Ghosh or with or freaking or Finrao, then it would just be like it wouldn't be bad animation, but like this could be a lot better. And for all the filler, Jesus, like that shit would be looking choppy as hell. Like who's making this? Me? So, I don't know.
Yeah.
This depends.
Yeah, now thinking about this, like as you just said, Black Clover actually is fairly similar to Bleach in terms of animation quality during fights. Like important fights are done well, but most fights between just random side characters are like you don't care about them. Like first thing, you don't care about the side characters, and second thing, the animation is ass or just very I don't know, like very bad. So I don't know. As you said, there's usually like at least one drawback. Like because My Hero, even though it has some good arcs, it's not touching the big three. Even though I don't like Bleach, I still can respect Bleach fans for liking it. Like I see why people would like it. My Hero Academia is not touching it. Black Clover, sorry, bro, it's not touching it.
Oh no, man.
JJK might. Like JJK is still going on. I heard it's like super good lately with all like Shibuya arc and stuff. Like shit's going down. Like give it like 1, 2, 3 more years if it's still going on, and it might like be some actual peak shit. Like the big three. But I mean, we'll see. Just like with Chainsaw Man, like when part 2 comes out, if part 2 is also done very well and hits. Yeah.
Like those shows, like even now they're still not right now, but in the future for sure, I can see them being something greater for Chainsaw Man and JJK. Even Hell's Paradise, like it finished the manga after just finishing the manga. I think it's like a smooth 129 chapters. I don't think it's beating the big three because it's not that good, but it's good. It's a very solid story. I think it's better than My Hero and all that other stuff. At least currently, right now. I know like the manga for My Hero and stuff that's definitely a lot better than the anime. But I mean, I don't know. My Hero just doesn't hit. When it first came out, My Hero was fucking phenomenal. But since like maybe like season 2, season 3, I don't know.
Yeah,
it
fall off. There will be a war arc, so if the anime really like does it well, it might come back. I don't know. Like there needs to be like some sort of miracle. Like they need to get their shit together and do the shit right with no like random beach episode fillers. No movies that take away from the budget. Like somehow, I don't know. They added this one random filler just for the movie, like within a random season. Like, why are you doing this? Not everyone's gonna watch the movie. Like, why are you wasting? Why are we wasting time?
Bro, they've had like 3 movies, and I haven't watched a single one. It's the major drawbacks, man. They have like some drawback that makes sense. You don't want to watch the stuff. Like even like Fire Force, like their drawback is the main character. Shinra boring as hell. I hate watching that man fight, man. And not fight, but like. Character boring, and then of course Tamaki, but that could be its whole other podcast. I know we did talk about that already.
Yeah, Never mind. But as you said, Shinra, like people love Shinra, but I don't see it. Like he's very boring. I read parts of the manga, like what's the parts that can come after season 2. I still don't really like him. Like he doesn't develop a whole lot. and for an MC that doesn't change. I mean, Asta does it better. Luffy does it better.
Yeah.
Like Shinra, it's weird. He's not interesting to follow, honestly. But the author showed that he doesn't even know how to write good characters mostly. Like the Tamaki is the best example for that, and then trying to retcon at the end that it's all planned out and her being a fan service character is like there for the story. Like, shut up,
bro.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
But that might be like some future pod for sure is talking about that ending, because I know he connected it back to Soul Eater. All right, I know that. So far, you Fire Force people, connected it back to Soul Eater. It's so peak, it's so goated, man. Fuck no, it's not, man.
Acting like Soul Eater is a 10 out of 10, bro. I remember Soul Eater didn't even get a good ending. They got an anime only ending because the manga wasn't finished at that point, and the ending is ass.
Yeah. Like I didn't even get to that, but I dropped Soul Eater after like I don't know how many episodes. I think I watched like maybe like around 12 or 24, one of the two, and I dropped it. I don't know why, but I was like, I'm not feeling this shit at all. This shit blows.
Yeah.
And then for y'all to be like, well, he connected it back, so it's so peak, and like bro, no, man, like it's probably a good manga, congratulations, but like,
just
bro,
connected mid to some other mid, like damn.
That's what I'm saying. The man just mid connecting, like that shit don't make no sense. But that's like My Hero connecting to the freaking Bleach and then calling that shit fire. Like, no, bro, it's mid. They're all both mid.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, most new gens not touching. There are some underrated ones, like I don't know, Beastars, but Beastars is also not that long. Like the story, it doesn't reach Big 3 status like level. Same with Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is finished already, and it's also it's not that long, and we could have gotten more lore and story about demons. Because after the Hashira were introduced, it did feel like we just went from arc to like fight to fight, and we saw every Hashira fight, and then suddenly boss fight at the very end.
Yeah,
it just came out of left field.
And they all have just drawbacks. Like there's nothing. That's what I'm saying. Like AOT is. That's why people should just respect it. And like, yeah, the ending is not perfect, but AOT is like really the only modern day classic we have right now. Nothing else is standing up to it at all. Mm-hmm. Like not even close.
And Vinland Saga isn't even new gen. So Vinland Saga isn't new gen though. The manga did come out before 2010. Like the manga is fairly old now.
Okay.
The anime, of course, isn't. But for new gen, old gen definitions, I think you need to look at the manga.
Okay.
And Vinland Saga doesn't fit that description. Yeah, I'm honestly, like, of all the mainstream new gens, I think JJK is the only one, I mean anime wise, I got hopes for that could be very good, very like actually peak the word would actually fit finally for one of the new gens, because My Hero is not peak. Boruto, Dr. Stone is cool, but I think the manga is still better than the anime. So I would not call the Dr. Stone anime peak at all.
Hell no.
Yeah, the art in the anime is worse. Like Boichi, like the one drawing it, is doing a phenomenal job, but the anime is not able to replicate this. It's the same with Berserk. So the quality just drops. Dr. Stone is not peak. Ranking of Kings is very good. But it's also too short. Obviously too short, and even though I like it a lot, it's a 10 in my opinion. Still doesn't reach that same level of whatever.
Yeah, like nothing now until like maybe like give it another decade, and if the anime now by that time are still considered good, then you can start talking about like what compares to the big 3. But everything now is just too new. And like the things that have finished are just too short, and they have like no longevity yet. And even you can just tell by now, like AOT is the only one that's like, yes, like give it its respect. Like that's the whole bottom line for this whole thing. Is like AOT does not need this slander for majority of the anime fans because they didn't fuck with the ending, even though the ending is not even that bad. We'll probably come back and talk to it. Well, if we remember, because it's fucking like 2 years from now. But once they finally release the whole anime, we'll probably come back and talk about how we feel about the ending fully. Probably just, like you say, that could be this whole other like episode. There's no need to talk about it now. I have 3 like big things I didn't like about the ending, but I won't say it now because it's gigantic spoilers. I'm probably gonna break the internet, if I'm being honest, when they come out in the anime. That's another thing as well. By that time, I think a lot of people are just gonna cave and just read the manga because they want to find out what's gonna happen next, so they can't wait that long.
Mm-hmm.
That might be their plan as well, like to make people read the manga more than waiting for the anime. So I mean, it's kind of smart, I guess.
Boosting manga sales, yeah, I guess. It's all just for market. I think they know what they're doing. Like they're not dumb, even though they know it's just a few chapters left, but they still make a part 3. Like they know what they're doing. Getting the bag, I guess I can respect that kinda. I don't get the.
They've already made the bag though. They've made like 6 seasons. Like the bag is finished, man. It's empty, man. Finish the game.
The bag is about to explode.
Exactly, like golly, but it's still either way, it's still goated.
Yeah, and now, like last thing, because you said about like looking at anime back in a decade or so, I just remembered all that is going on now that we call new gen is gonna be old gen in a few years, right? Because and My Hero is in its final arc. Black Clover, I don't know. JJK is also more than half of it is finished. Beastars is finished, Dr. Stone is done. Like all of these new gens are slowly ending, and we're about to get a new gen. And there are some manga already that people consider to be the, like, I don't know, let me call it just future gen. Like some manga that are just starting out now, like they have like 1 or 2 volumes so far. They are the future gen. We might have, like, next time we might or we could talk about some of these series and see if we expect them to hold up or if they sound interesting enough, because I know about some of them. I started reading a few of them. They are interesting. I don't know if they will, as I said, hold up, but that's probably like as I said, it's a discussion for another pod. Maybe next time.
Yeah, I just started reading that Kaiju no 8 one. That's only like 50 chapters in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty fairly new. So yeah.
Yeah. Even Spike's Family is kind of new, kinda.
Mm-hmm.
They only have like 8 volumes so far, or 9. I don't know.
We could definitely talk about that. Future Gen. That's a good name for it too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that's it, right, for Attack on Titan. This
is
Attack on Titan mainly thing. Yeah, fan base is ass. The third part is, I mean, kind of understandable, but also annoying, since we gotta wait so much for a few episodes, or possibly even an anime-only ending. I hope it doesn't happen. Like, I don't want to see a new ending, because I know it's gonna be ass.
No, fuck no. They'll make it worse. They might take that fan-made one and animate it. Fuck no.
Anime-only endings never go good. Like, Full Metal Alchemist also did that, because the manga wasn't done. And the ending I heard was ass. Like, there was time travel and shit. Like, hell no. What the fuck was happening? Like, I remember seeing like some World War type shit, time machine stuff going on. Like, I will not watch that anime. Fuck this.
Fuck no.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you for listening, watching, whatever you're doing right now. This has been Jazz and Panacotta as always. Open window. You already know. You know the deal. And yeah, as I said at the very end, Spike's Family, episode 1 was heat. We might get Dorsey from the Crybaby podcast in here either next time or maybe in 2 weeks, because I do want to talk about Spike's Family for like in a podcast. I don't know if you already watched the first episode. I assume so.
Yeah, I did. I watched it with Don and Apollo, but they were slandering it. So
damn. Yeah, Dorsey just wanted to talk to people about the show. So we might just have like a short podcast talking about Spike's Family when like episode 2 and 3 are out, and we can say our opinions on it.
Okay, well,
Bet. Alright then. Once again, thank you for watching, and see ya.